Hey everybody, thanks for clicking on here at ArklateXHomepage.com and the ArklateXHomepage.com app. I'm meteorologist Josh Marces, and kind of a lot to talk about here as far as the weather forecast as we go through the next week. Again, we did get a new drought update this morning, and the news is not great for us. We do have some extreme drought conditions setting up across East Texas, Northwest Louisiana, a little sliver of McCurtain County there. So basically from Marshall over to Shreveport, Bossier, on over to the Minden area, we do have those extreme drought conditions. If you've just kind of driven around looking at the grass, you can just see how dry it is out there, and that's why we've had so many of those burn bands pop up. And also the reason those temperatures have been so warm, that ground's a little bit harder now that it has dried out, so it kind of acts like cement, holds the heat in, and that's why temperatures have been running above normal here for much of the last month or so. So we definitely need some rainfall, but it appears we will actually have some on the way here as we go through the next few days, and especially next Monday. That's the day we're watching where we could see some decent rainfall across the region. You see, as far as the temperatures today, have made it above 100 degrees in Shreveport and fairly close to 100 in Texarkana, but we do have a frontal boundary beginning to make its way in from Oklahoma and northern Arkansas there. You see the cloud cover will increase across the northern Arklatex. We may see a few showers this evening, mainly north of Interstate 30, about as far south as Texarkana. I think Shreveport stays dry tonight, but may see a pop-up shower there as we go through the day tomorrow. So look at Futurecast. Those show clouds increasing and maybe a little rain popping up there. Again, probably just a few 1/100ths of an inch. Nothing to get too excited about, but hopefully it will bring a cool down to some locations here over the next day or so. That frontal boundary, you'll see it gets hung up on Interstate 30 there tomorrow. So what we may see is some rainfall towards the Texarkana area. Again, not going to be heavy rain, not going to be widespread, not looking at severe weather, but just kind of those pop-up variety summer thunder showers. And you see a few of those noted as far south as Shreveport there. And it looks like this will be the pattern that kind of repeats itself both Saturday into Sunday. But it will have a bearing on our temperatures. Again, mid-70s there for most of us tonight. Not quite as cool as the last few nights, but with that frontal boundary out there tomorrow, you can definitely see that where it will affect Arkansas, Oklahoma. So 89 your high tomorrow night. At Bell should be about 89 to Queen. Texarkana around 91, and ahead of the front should make it close to 100 degrees across the I-20 corridor. So Shreveport very well could hit 100 tomorrow. Same thing Marshall over to Longview, and points to the south there down towards the Toledo Bend region. As far as the heat index values, not going to see any heat advisories I don't think tomorrow, as the heat index values there will likely stay below 105, but a few locations there in East Texas fairly close to that. So we'll see if the Weather Service decides to add any of those counties or parishes tomorrow. But watching for Monday, again, we do have a decent cold front that will develop here late in the weekend. You'll see some of those rain chances spilling down, especially Saturday into Sunday. But Monday's the day we're watching. It looks like we will see some widespread rainfall kind of overspread the region early in the day on Monday, and that front will slowly work south. So I think everybody is going to see some rainfall on Monday. The question how much, and it still looks like most locations about an inch of rain. We'll probably see some areas of Arkansas, Oklahoma, and maybe northeast Texas pick up to about close to 2 inches of rain or so. So as far as your 7-day forecast, you'll see we do have a stretch of hot days to get through as we move through the weekend. Should stay in the upper 90s in most areas, but Monday, Tuesday, good bet those highs will fall into the 80s and possibly back into the low 90s through the middle of next week. But next week looking excellent here at this point, and Texarkana should be in the low to mid 90s through the weekend. Very manageable, actually. Temperatures close to where they should be for this time of the year. And then Monday I've gone 85, but did kind of have an inkling and maybe wanted to go a little bit lower than that. Every once in a while in summer you get that rogue day that doesn't make it out of the 70s. Not saying that's going to happen on Monday, but if we get that rain to set up early enough and it kind of sticks around throughout the day, we could see some areas in the 70s, maybe even low 80s on Monday, and we'll keep it in the mid 80s Tuesday. Rain chance there in the morning, but it should move through fairly quickly. The next Wednesday, sunshine out, and we'll keep it in the 80s and then back into the low 90s by next Thursday. So at least a little bit of a nice light at the end of the tunnel here after we make it through the hot weekend.